Good afternoon, student. In SST, we have started chapter number 2 on history, from hunting, gathering to growing food. Now, we have already started this chapter and we have finished up to uh, this point. I'll share with you. We have finished rock paintings. We have already finished these names and dates, etc. Then we have started the beginning of farming and herding, okay, and then we finished up to domestication. Okay, now I'll just revise few things before we move on to the next point. See, in this chapter we have studied about how the early humans turned farmers and herders from hunters to hunters and gatherers. Okay, many years ago, the early humans were hunters and gatherers. They were living in the caves, but then slowly they know how to grow crops, and then they domesticate animals as well as they domesticate crops. Here, the domestication was a gradual process that took place in many parts of the world. It began about 12,000 years ago. Virtually all the plants and animal produce that we use as food today is a result of domestication. Some of the earliest plants to be domesticated were wheat and barley. The earliest domesticated animals include sheep and goat. Now, where this happens? This happens in a Neolithic place. Now, if we move back to our map section, I will show you. We have already studied the map of subcontinent. Okay. Now, this is a map, right? And you can see the square blue boxes. Okay. Like Burza Home, then Mahargarh, then Kuldiva, Chirand, Daojring. These are the places where these are called Neolithic place. These are called Neolithic sites, and in Neolithic sites, the first farmers and herders lived. Okay, in subcontinent, these places are very important because there the farmers and herders started their life. Okay, many years back only hunters and gatherers were there in this part of the, then farmers and herders came. Now we move on to the next. Then we have already studied about rock paintings also, right? I'm just revising what we have studied so that you recalling the things. Okay, then you know dates and names like Paleolithic period, which is about 2 million years ago to 12,000 years ago, then Mesolithic period, which is about 12,000 years ago to 10,000 years ago, and last one is Neolithic, which is the starting point of farmers and herders, that is 10,000 years ago to till date. Okay, that is the place where it is called Neolithic age. Okay, so now the new way of life. Okay, now how this domestication of plants and animals help farmers and herders or early humans. So when people begin, see here I have highlighted the point, we'll start reading that. When people began growing plants, it meant that they had to stay in the same place for a long time, looking after the plants and watering, weeding, driving away animals and birds till the grain ripened. And then the grain had to be used carefully. So, through farming, the early humans went towards the settled life. What is settled life? Now તમે અત્યારે તમારા બધાના ઘરમાં રહો છો, રાઈટ? તમે આમ તેમ ભટકવાનો, તમે and every time whenever you went anywhere for picnic or tour, at the end of the day or at the end of the picnic you come back to your place. So that is your settling point. You are settled there. Okay, so many years ago early humans were not settled. They move from here to there. I have told you why they were moving. In the beginning of the chapter, I have explained you the 4 reasons why hunters and gatherers moved. Okay. Now from that movement, they have come towards the settled life. What is settled life? I'll tell you. Now, અગર તમે કોઈ પ્લાન્ટ ગ્રો કરો તો તમે ખાલી પ્લાન્ટને ગ્રો કરીને મૂકી રાખો તો એ પ્લાન્ટ ગ્રો થઈ જશે? નો. You have to give it water every day. Then you have to look after that plant till it grows in a proper way. Okay. Similarly, when the early humans started farming, they need to take care of that plants so that they will get a large amount of grains. So how they do that? To set there, to settle there, or to leave that one place only for a long period of time, to watering the plant, take out the weeds, wait for the grains to be ripened and everything. તો એના માટે એમણે એક જ જગ્યાએ લાંબા ટાઈમ સુધી રહેવું પડે. અને most probably they have lived at the banks of the river. River bank ઉપર એ લોકો રહેતા હતા, because river is the great source of water. અને એમને કોઈ પણ ઇરિગેશન મીન્સ વોટરિંગ કરવું હોય પ્લાન્ટને, સો દેટ ઇઝ ધ બેસ્ટ પ્લેસ ટુ ડુ ધ ફાર્મિંગ, સો દેટ નિયર રિવર સાઇડ તમને વોટર મળી જાય અને ધ પ્લાન્ટ્સ કેન ગ્રો હેલ્ધી. સો એક્સક્યુઝ મી, આપણી મોટાભાગની સિવિલાઇઝેશન લાઈક ઇન્ડસ વેલી સિવિલાઇઝેશન છે કે મેસોપોટેમિયા છે કે ગેન્જીસ સિવિલાઇઝેશન છે, all this civilization means Sanskriti, okay, that grows on the river, on the bank of the river. So there they have started settled life. પછી એક જણ ત્યાં રહેતું હોય તો બીજું ફેમિલી પણ રહેવા આવે. Like that they have established a village or a town. Okay. Now we move on to the next point. Okay. Now ચલો ગ્રેન્સ તો ઉગી ગયા અને મળી પણ ગયા. નાઉ હાઉ દે સ્ટોર્ડ ઇટ? સો દે હેવ સ્ટોર્ડ ઇટ ઇન ટુ ધ બિગ પોટ્સ. સો વોટ ઇઝ બિગ પોટ્સ? નાઉ યુ વિલ થિંક ટીચર બિગ પોટ કેવા હોય? તમે કોઈ મોટા મોટા હોટલ્સમાં કે એમાં જોવો છો ને તો એ લોકોએ પ્લાન્ટ્સ જેમાં ગ્રો કરે ને, ઇટ ઇઝ સચ અ લાર્જ પોટ્સ. આઈ વિલ શો યુ. Okay. Now you can see the different pictures, which is the large pot used by the early humans. Now you can see here the variety of things, and you can see this picture. You can see there are lots of variety in this picture, and these are the ancient pots which have been used for storing grains. Okay. હવે ગ્રેનને સ્ટોર કરવા માટે એ લોકો આવા મોટા મોટા પોટ્સ યુઝ કરતા હતા. નાઉ there are many pots you can see as it now. So now how do we come to know that these were used? Because the archaeologists have been found it at the different places. Okay. Archaeologists જ્યારે excavation કર્યું તો they have found these pots and different articles where they found that કે આ બધી વસ્તુઓ early humans, like they have studied it and they have told કે ભાઈ આ બધું early humans ના ટાઈમનું છે. So that is why we come to know that they have used it. Now storing animals. Now you may think, teacher, how can person store animals? ચલો આપણે grains તો store કરી નાખીએ, પણ what about storing animals? It doesn't mean storing it. Actually અહીંયા તમે જોશો તો it is written in inverted comma, storing. Storing means here rearing animals. See, animals reproduce of their own kind. બરાબર, તમે reproduction ખબર છે કે animals છે પોતાની જેવા જ બીજા animals produce કરે. So that they multiply. બરાબર, અને when they multiply naturally, it is a good source of food and milk. Okay. જ્યારે એ લોકો મલ્ટીપ્લાય થતા હોય, લાઈક એક એનિમલમાંથી બીજું 2 એનિમલ મળે, 2 એનિમલમાંથી બીજા 3 એનિમલ મળે. સો either they give you milk, like cattle હોય, goats છે કે cow છે, તો they will give you milk, or they were the good source of meat products. બરાબર. So that is why the early humans started rearing animals. એટલે એનિમલ્સને રાખવા માંડ્યા, એમને ખવડાવવા પીવડાવવા માંડ્યા, like that. અત્યારે પણ તમે જોશો તો many kettles you can move, you can see outside of, like if you go to the village area or a nearby highway, you can see people used to graze animals like sheep અને goat ને, that is called cattling, right? Cattle રાખે એવી જ રીતે it is a style of the early humans. Okay, now so here I have explained you what is storing animals. Now we move on to the finding out about first farmers and herders. Now how do we know that where they live? So here I have highlighted few points that some of the most important ones are in the northwest, in present Pakistan, present day Kashmir, and in east and south India. I have shown you already in the map that where the farmers and herders lived. Okay, like Burza home in Kashmir, then Mahargarh. I'll show you again if you don't remember it in the map. See, this map is very important, children. So this is, there is the places like Burza home, Mahargarh, then east part of the subcontinent, and the last one is this southern part of the subcontinent. Here the farmers and herders lived in early times or ancient times. Now sorry, it's here. Okay, so there are the places, right? And to find out whether these sites were settlements of farmer herders, scientists study the evidence of plants and animal bones. One of the most exciting find includes the remains of burnt grains. These may have been burnt accidentally or on purpose. Scientists can identify these grains, and so we know that a number of crops were grown in different parts of the subcontinent. They can also identify the bones of different animals. So how do they know about this? Through the excavation, through the burnt grains, the remains of the burnt grains and bones of the animals. Okay, now we'll move on to the point number next point, towards a settled life. Okay, as I have to settle. Okay, as archaeologists found the traces of huts and houses in some sites. Okay, what is houses and huts? See, પહેલા લોકો ક્યાં રહેતા હતા? Caves ની અંદર. Okay, now archaeologists have found in these places like Burja home છે, Mahargarh છે, એ બધી જગ્યાએ લોકોના evidences મળ્યા, hutsના evidences મળ્યા. Then they understood કે હવે એ લોકો caves માંથી બહાર નીકળીને now they are living in the huts and houses. Now one example is about pit house. Pit house એટલે શું અને ક્યાં હતું? First pit house was found in Burza home, which is in Kashmir, present day Kashmir. અને ત્યાં pit house એટલે શું ખબર છે? It is underground house. Okay, underground house એટલે house અંદર હોય, જમીનની અંદર હોય, અને you have to stairs થી નીચે જવાનું, yeah, steps leading into them, અને નીચે જઈ અને ત્યાં રહેવાનું underground. That is called pit house. અને આ pit house કેમ important હતું? કારણ કે કાશ્મીર, as you know that Kashmir is a colder region, ઠંડી જગ્યા છે. So if you are living above the ground, you will feel cold. So they used to live underground. Okay, અને જ્યારે પણ summer season start થાય, that time they cook food outdoors. I'll show you the picture of pit house. Let me show you the picture of pit house. See, this is kind of pit house. Okay, નીચે છે, underground, it's that. See, this is. Okay, તમને એવું લાગશે કે teacher it is not looking underground, but actually અહીંયા steps હોય. This is the image. You can see અહીંયા અંદર જઈને અહીંયા રહેવાનું, થોડુંક અંદર હોય, બહુ અંદર ના હોય, but it is like this. Okay, so now, okay, so this is what we have found. Now it is written draw a pit house. You don't need to draw it right now. Okay, એ કંઈ કરવાની જરૂર નથી. ઓકે, નાવ હાઉ, ઓકે, હવે કેવી રીતે, હવે ટૂલ્સ. ઓકે, ટૂલ્સ એટલે શું? તો પહેલાં તમે જે ટૂલ્સ જોયા, તમે જ્યારે આ ચેપ્ટરના સ્ટાર્ટિંગમાં જે ટૂલ્સ જોયા, they have sharpened from the pointed towards the outside. But હવે જે તમે જોશો tools, that is different. They have like this shape. I'll show you the picture of the tool. નહીં આ ફાર્મર્સ અને હર્ડર્સના ટૂલ્સ છે, અને ધીસ ઇઝ ન્યૂ સ્ટોન ટૂલ્સ. અને આની પહેલાં જે તમે ટૂલ્સ જોયા હતા, દેટ ઇઝ આઈ વિલ શો યુ this. આપણી પાસે બે ટાઈપ્સના ટૂલ્સ છે. This. Can you see some difference between these tools? Yes, this tool is more sharpened from the outside, like બહુ જ શાર્પ છે, while the tools which were used, અને આ tools છે ને, આ tools છે ને which is used for tearing or stitching or things, stitching animals clothes and everything. ઓકે, અને જે આ ટૂલ્સ જે છે ફાર્મર્સ અને હર્ડર્સના ટૂલ, એ લોકોની ઉપરની બાજુ છે એ જે છે એટલી શાર્પ નથી. ઓકે, because they use this for digging. Okay, so that is why the tools are different. Okay, now I will read it for you. The stone tools have been found from many sites as well, many of these different from earlier. See how the tools were different. The Paleolithic tools, and that is why they are called Neolithic tools. The Paleolithic tools were the tools which were used by the hunters and gatherers, and Neolithic tools were the tools which is used by farmers and herders. Now, first difference is this includes tools that were polished to give fine cutting edge, and mortars and pestles used for grinding grains and other plant produce. So now the need of the tools have been changed, the function of the tools have been changed. પહેલા function એ હતું કે કટિંગ કરવા માટે કે ટેરિંગ કરવા માટેનું એનું ટૂલ્સનું ફંક્શન હતું. Now the function of the tool was grinding એટલે crushing, ગ્રેઇનને ક્રશ કરવા માટે. એટલા માટે ધ ટૂલની જે એજીસ છે એ કટિંગ એજ થઈ ગઈ, એટલે ફ્લેટ એજ થઈ ગઈ. ઓકે, દેટ્સ ધ difference between the tools between Paleolithic and Neolithic. Now as we move on to the next part of the chapter is what else you have seen in the archaeologists have seen. Many kinds of earthen pot have been found. Now one earthen pot is, you know, મટકા. તમારા ઘરે માટલું હશે, right? અને what is the purpose of that મટકા? To water, right? To store water. અત્યારે આપણે ખાલી એક જ ફૂલ, પણ પહેલાંના જમાનામાં એ મટકાનો યુઝ બહુ બધા પર્પઝીસ માટે થતો હતો, લાઈક ફોર કુકિંગ. એ ટાઈમે કોઈ પણ મેટલના વેસલ્સ નહોતા. ઓકે, એ ટાઈમે ખાલી ને ખાલી માટીના વાસણો હતા. અત્યારે તમને ખબર હશે માટીના વાસણોની બહુ ડિમાન્ડ છે અત્યારે. લાઈક તમે પેલું ચા પીવા માટે કલાડું હોય, લાઈક નાની ચાના માટે નવી સ્ટાઇલ આવી છે જેથી માટીના વાસણ, બરાબર? For many years back they have used this only for cooking also. Mainly they cook rice, wheat and lentil in that pots. Okay, second use of pot is storing. Okay, storing of grains and storing of any other pulses or lentils. So these are the different uses of earthen pots. Okay, now અત્યારે પણ તમે છે ને માટલા ઊંધિયું ખાધું હશે, માટલામાં બનાવેલું ઊંધિયું કે માટલામાં બનાવેલી ચૂલામાં બનાવેલી વસ્તુઓ. નાવ ધ ટ્રેન્ડ હેઝ કમ બેક, બરાબર? એ ટ્રેન્ડ પાછો આવ્યો. પહેલાં તો આપણે અત્યારે વાસણમાં જ બધું બનાવતા, પણ નાવ પીપલ યુઝ ટુ લવ ફૂડ વિચ ઇઝ મેડ ઇન earthen pots. Okay, now next point is closer look of living and dying in Mahargarh. Okay. Before that, I want to tell you something else. This one. નાવ તમને એવું લાગતા હશે કે તો હવે તો માણસો બધા એકદમ સિવિલાઇઝડ થઈ ગયા હશે, રાઈટ? કે હવે કોઈ હન્ટિંગ નહીં કરતું હોય કે કોઈ gathered नहीं करते, जंगल में नहीं रहते. Now everybody used to live in the village, but not like that. Some part of the subcontinent is still have the hunters and gatherers. આ અમુક જ પાર્ટમાં આ ફાર્મર્સ અને હર્ડર્સ રહેવા માંડ્યા, બાકીના પાર્ટમાં તો હજી પણ હન્ટર્સ અને ગેધરર્સ રહેતા હતા. Now closer look of living in dying in Mehergarh. હવે what is Mehergarh? I have shown you. Mehergarh is in the northern west side, and it is, see, first of all, this place of the Mehergarh, the location of Mehergarh is very important. I will highlight it for you. One minute. This site is located in a fertile plain near the Bolan Pass, which is one of the most important route for Iran. This is very important, the location of Mehergarh. Okay? Okay. The location of Mehergarh, which is very important. See, it is અત્યારે પાકિસ્તાનની અંદર છે, recent પાકિસ્તાનની અંદર, અને it is very important because it is a route for Iran. People of Irani people used to come on that side of the places and in subcontinent. Now કોઈ પણ જગ્યાએ લોકો રહે ને એટલે એક એ લોકોની ટ્રેડિશન બને, રાઈટ? તમે પણ જ્યારે when you are living in, suppose you are living in Gujarat, okay, so Gujarati have certain traditions, right? If you are living in Maharashtra, Maharashtrian people has different types of tradition. So every place has its own tradition. So here we are talking about the tradition of Mehergarh. How the people live there, what are their different rules and regulations they have to follow, what unusual thing they do. That is all about this in this point. Okay, and this is very important point because this can be asked in the short question answers. So now, second point is Mehergarh was probably one of the place where people learned to grow barley and wheat, rear sheep and goat for the first time in this area. It is one of the earliest village that we know about. Now, Mehergarh was probably one of the place. હવે છે ને તમને chapter number 1 યાદ હશે. Chapter number 1 is, in that we have studied that in Suleiman and Khirtar Hill 8,000 years ago people started growing barley and wheat. Did you remember that line? So that line is here because Mehergarh is situated near the Suleiman and Khirtar Hill. Okay, and it is the place where people started living in the settled life, means first village of subcontinent was established in Mehergarh. Second important point is the first time barley and wheat grows in that part of the subcontinent. And third important point is people used to rear animal for the first time in the subcontinent in Mehergarh. So that is why Mehergarh is so much significant. કેમ સિગ્નિફિકન્ટ છે? કારણ કે આ 3 રીઝન માટે. ઓકે, સો first time any farmer lived in the subcontinent was in Mehergarh. Okay, now third point is, as at this side many animal bones were found, bones of wild animals such as deer and pig, and also bones of sheep and goat were found. Now how do we know કે મહેરગઢમાં આ બધું થયું છે? From the archaeologist point of view, right? આપણે archaeologist કહે ત્યારે આપણને ખબર પડે. So that is why it happens. Third is other finds. Now other finds of at the Mehergarh includes the remains of square and rectangular houses. Each houses had 4 or more compartments, some of which may have been used for storage. Now you can see the picture in the video. In the left side, you can see this compartments. This is the picture of the house, and you can see the compartments. That means તમે અત્યારે જે ઘરમાં રહો છો તો તમારે બેડરૂમ હોય, ડ્રોઈંગ રૂમ હોય, લિવિંગ રૂમ હોય, સ્ટોર રૂમ હોય, રાઈટ? એવી જ રીતે પહેલાંના ટાઈમમાં પણ આ હતું. લાઈક પીપલ યુઝ ટુ હેવ ડિફરન્ટ compartments in the house where they can store their food, where they can live. Okay, so આપણે નવું નથી કરી રહ્યા, રાઈટ. હવે બીજી ટ્રેડિશન, વેરી ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ ટ્રેડિશન શું હતી? તો when people die, their relatives and friends generally pay respect to them. People look after them, perhaps in the belief that there is some form of life after death. Burials in one such arrangement. Several burial sites have been found in Mehergarh. In one instance, the dead persons was buried with goats, which were probably meant to serve as food in the next world. Now, એક ટ્રેડિશન હતી ત્યાં મેહરગઢની અંદર. અહીંયા તમને એક પિક્ચર પણ જોવા મળે છે. ઓકે, સો ટ્રેડિશન શું હતી કે જ્યારે કોઈ બી માણસ મરી જાય તો એ લોકો એનું ध्यान રાખે, મતલબ એને બરી કરે, એને બાળી ના નાખે, બટ દે યુઝ ટુ બરી ઇટ in the earth, but they used to look after that burial. બરાબર? why? because they think that there is a life after that. અને એટલા માટે એ લોકો શું કહે કે ભાઈ આ મરી ગયો છે, એને ખાવા પણ જોઈશે. સો દે યુઝ ટુ બરી ગોટ્સ ઓર અધર એનિમલ્સ ફોર હિમ ટુ ઈટ. એટલે તમને એક જોવા મળે છે એક માણસ મરી ગયેલો, એનું સ્કેલેટન છે, અને હિયર યુ કેન ફાઇન્ડ the skeleton of different animals, which is probably the goat. Okay, so this is how you can find the burials and how they live and their tradition. Now nothing else is left. This is the end of the chapter. Question answers I will upload on WhatsApp, and you have to do it as you finish this chapter. Okay, that's all for this chapter. Thank you so much.